Then the next is the use of value engineering. Okay, how to use the value engineering. Okay, in which cases the value engineering is applicable, and what are the objectives or what are the outcomes of value engineering. Okay, now this we have discussed that this value engineering techniques are used at the preliminary stage of the product, or preliminary stage of the life cycle of a product. That is nothing but the at the time of a design only. Okay, so it is cost prevention as well as cost elimination technique, thus reducing the cost of the product. As we are applying the value engineering at the design stage only, so it will reduce the unwanted cost of the production, or we can say that the material cost also, production cost also, manufacturing cost also, and the various cost or unwanted operations are there, that will be eliminated by considering the appropriate functionality of the product. Okay, so and it is done at the initial stage only. Okay, at the design stage only, so there will be a lot of profit by doing this for the company. Okay, so helps to employ for better understanding of their jobs and orient them towards the creative thinking. Okay, so value engineering also create or enhance the moral of uh, uh, employees, that how to perform any task and what not to do during the work, or during performing that particular job. Okay, so and this will help to creative thinking. Okay, so if you perform this in this way, then what will happen if you perform these things in another way, what will happen. So that simulations, or that perspective or point of view with the workers or the employees which are working on that particular point of on that particular product. Okay, from each stage, from the idea to its end of that particular product life cycle. Okay, so that will create the awareness of creative thinking, and it will increase the moral of a worker also. So then also we know that if the good valuation is there, then it will be helpful to the salesperson also, that to sell that particular product in the market. Okay, then it will balance the cost and performance. Okay, this performance and cost should be balanced, so that uh, the product will look attractive, or the customers will attract more to our product. Okay, so cost performance ratio should be balanced one, and this will be happen by using the value engineering. Then prevent over design of the component. Okay, you are designer, but it is not in a such a manner that you have to design that component, and you have to add all unnecessary functionalities in that particular product. According to the requirement only, you have to design the product, and design should be appropriate, so that the unwanted cost should be reduced for the customer, and customer should be satisfied with the cost of the product. If you design the component, or over design will happen, the cost will get increased, and that will impact on the sale of the product. So that it is a requirement to design should not be over designed. Okay, so any product should not be over designed. Okay, that will increase the unnecessary cost of the product. Then motivates employees to come out with creative ideas, then increases the profit and deflates the cost, helps to satisfy the customer with company's product. Okay, yeah, if you provide the appropriate cost and required functional product to the customer, obviously customer will satisfy with that, and it also increase the profit of the uh, uh, company, as we know that if the sale increases, the profit of the company will get increases. Okay, and this value engineering concept also create the awareness in the industries regarding reduction of a cost while performing the task, and that will come out with creative ideas, and it will motivate to the employees also. Okay. So uses of value engineering, please note down uses of value engineering. 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 In that, write down. It is cost prevention. It is cost prevention. It is cost prevention. It is cost prevention as well as cost elimination technique. It is cost prevention as well as cost elimination technique, thus reducing cost of the product. Thus reducing cost of the product. Thus reducing cost of the product. Full stop. Next point. Helps employees. Helps employees for better understanding. Helps employees for better understanding of their jobs. Helps employees for better understanding of their jobs, and orients them and orients them towards creative thinking. Orients them towards creative thinking. Orients them towards creative thinking. Full stop. Balance the cost and performance. Balance the cost and performance. Next one. Balance the cost and performance. Balance the cost and performance. Full stop. Next one. Prevent over design of a components. Prevents over design of components. Prevents over design of components. Prevent over design of components. Full stop. Next one. Motivates employees. Motivates employees. Motivates employees. Motivates employees to come out with creative ideas. To come out with creative ideas. With creative ideas. Full stop. Increases the profits. Increases the profits and deflates cost. Increases the profits and deflates costs. Full stop. Next one. Helps to satisfy. Helps to satisfy. Helps to satisfy. Helps to satisfy the customer. Helps to satisfy the customer with company's product. With company's product. With company's product. With company's product. Okay. So now we have discussed when to apply, or what are the outcomes of value engineering, and we now clear that what is meant by value engineering and what is meant by value analysis. Okay. Value engineering is nothing but it is applied at the time of a design phase of the product, so that the unwanted cost of functions will be eliminated and required functions will be implemented in that particular product, so that the value of the product will get increased. Okay. and we just now discuss the uses of value engineering. Now next is when to apply value analysis. Okay, so remember that value analysis techniques are used on the products which are already existed in the company. Okay, which are already existed in the company. That is nothing but what, production is going on and sale of that product is going on in the market. Okay, that is nothing but product is in existence. So at what condition we carry out this particular analysis? Just the product is already existed in the market, we have launched the design of the product and produce number of components, and the product is already in the market, but why we need to perform the value analysis? Why we need to perform that value analysis? Now you take any example of any bike. Okay, take a example of any car or bike. Okay, just take an example of uh, hero motorcycle. uh, we can say CD 100 SS, then afterward CD Deluxe, then afterward Splendor. Okay, so the bike is same. Okay, the bike is same, but the name of bike is same. Okay, but the modification is done on that particular bike every time. Okay, every time. I know that the first bike of or the first model of a Splendor, which was the heavier as compared to the today's model of a Splendor. Okay, and the design also different at that time. Okay, but now the design is completely different, and some of the materials, we can say that the SI materials or the stainless steel material is replaced by aluminum material. Okay, replaced by the aluminum material. What purpose? This is for the cost reduction and for the weight reduction of that particular pipe. Okay, so if you replace the stainless steel with the aluminum, your cost will get reduced, and the more feature of aluminum is also added in that particular component. If aluminum component is there, that component will be rust free. Okay, so that are the extra advantages uh, uh, while using the aluminum in the bikes or in the cars. Okay, so that now you can say that most of the vehicles previously they are having the stainless steel body or a stainless steel material, but some of the components of that particular bike or that particular car replaced by the aluminum material or another fiber material also. Okay, so CD 100S is having completely the cast iron body, or it comes under the ferrous alloys category type. Okay, that type of materials were used in that particular bike, a Hero Honda bike CD 100SS, if you remember. Uh, but now, and there is no any fiber present in that particular bike. Okay, but now you can see that the more fiber material is used while constructing or while manufacturing this particular types of a bike. So that is nothing but what you have to evaluate every time the design of that particular product, and uh, you have to reduce the cost at every stage. You have to reduce the cost of at every stage. Okay, so previously the time requirement to perform the task on a lathe machine is very high, and the skilled workers were required at that time, 2000 or before that. Then further the CNCs and VMCs comes in the market, less skilled workers required, so the cost of the product and time required to produce that particular product is also get reduced. Okay, so that in 1 hour in on lathe machine, if you say 20 products can be manufactured, and in a similar manner you can manufacture the 50 products in 1 hour on lathe machine, if you consider the example purpose. So in that case your time will be saved, and your cost on the worker will also get reduced. Okay, so that it is necessary at every stage, as the time passes you have to change your techniques to perform the task or to produce the products, and also you have to see to change in the material of the product. You have to see how to change the material, how to change the design, so that the same product will be available with the lesser cost in upcoming time. Okay, so for that purpose, this particular value analysis is very much useful and applicable in the industrial sectors. Okay, so one can expect very good result from application of a value analysis at the proper time and correct phase of a production or a life cycle of that particular product. Then value analysis should be applied in case of a following indications. So what are the indications? uh, 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 what things indicates that the value analysis need to apply on that particular product? Okay, so first indication here I have mentioned that the company's products are losing in the market and there is a decline in sale. Okay, the sale of the product goes on reducing day by day. So in that case, the value analysis of that particular need to of that particular product need to carry out. Then company's products are priced higher than the competitor. Okay, so this is the very much negative sign for the company. If the same features are providing from another company with lesser cost, then the sale of the product will be declined in a future. Not now, but in a future, when it will come to know to the customer. Okay, so at that time the customer will move to that particular product rather than our company product. So this is the negative sign if your prices are higher as compared to the competitor. So in that case, you need to carry out the value analysis of a existing product. Then new design of products being undertaken. So a similar kind of a product. Okay, so similar kind of a product you want to launch in the market. So in that time you have to perform the redesigning of the product. Okay, with extra features, extra facilities, extra functionalities, and you have to create the uh, good value for that particular product. Then symptoms of disproportionate proportionate increase in cost of a production. So this is also important points, that unnecessary cost goes on increasing if you are not uh, if you are not having that much control on the cost. Okay, so like a rejection of a material, that is the unnecessary cost, we can say that. And then defects in the products, defects in the material, then the cost of material, raw material going higher and higher day by day. So that is nothing but symptoms of disproportionate increase in cost of a product. So that ultimately the raw material cost or the defects in the product, proportional defects in the product, that will add up in the cost of the product. Okay, so if your product rejection is more, then the cost of the product is also goes on increasing. Okay, because after 100 products, if you say that the 10 products are the faulty one, after each 100 products there are 10 products are faulty one, as in an average if you consider that, then that 10 product cost will be also included in the production of that 100 products. Okay, because we want to earn the money, okay, on that particular 100 products, so that 10 products cost is also included. uh, as your rejection goes higher and higher, your cost of a production is also goes on increasing, and that will reduce your profit. Okay, so decrease in profitability and return on investment. So as I have discussed, the profitability will decrease for that particular firm, and the investment will not come out of that particular product as you want, or as you decide that how much return should be come out of that particular investment. Then company failing to meet its delivery commitment. Okay, so if your rejection percentage goes on increasing, or the funds are not available appropriately to purchase the new raw material, or the required bought out parts from the vendors, then will not follow the commitment as we have given to the customer. So companies will fail to meet its delivery commitment. Okay, so add these are the certain points where we need to carry out the value analysis of a particular products. Okay, if any of these uh, uh, indications or the symptoms we see, if you see in the shop floor or in the sales department, then it is a requirement that you have to carry out the value analysis. Okay, getting everyone? So when to apply the value analysis? So just note down when to apply, when to apply value analysis, when to apply value analysis, when to apply value analysis, when to apply value analysis. In that write down, one can expect, one can expect, one can expect, one can expect, one can expect very good results, very good results from application, from application, very good results from application of value analysis, of value analysis, of value analysis at the proper time, at the proper time, at the proper time, at the proper time, and correct phase of production, and correct phase of production, and correct phase of production or life cycle, at the correct phase of production, comma life cycle, comma life cycle, full stop. Value analysis should be applied, value analysis should be applied, value analysis should be applied, value analysis should be applied in case of following indications. Value analysis should be applied in case of following indications, in case of following indications, in case of following indications. First one, first one, companies products, companies products are losing in the market, companies products are losing in the market, and there is decline in sale, and there is decline in sale. Companies products are losing in the market and there is a decline in sale, and there is a decline in sales, full stop. Second one, companies products are priced higher, companies products, companies products, companies products are priced, are priced higher than the competitor, higher than the competitor, full stop. Next one, new design of products, new design of products being undertaken, being undertaken, being undertaken, new design of products being undertaken, full stop. Next one, symptoms of, symptoms of, symptoms of disproportionate, symptoms of disproportionate increase in cost, symptoms of disproportionate increase in cost of production, symptoms of disproportionate increase in cost of production, full stop. Next one, decrease in decrease in profitability, decrease in profitability and return on investment, and return on investment, and return on investment. And return on investment. Next one, company failing to meet, company failing to meet, company failing to meet its delivery commitment, company failing to meet its delivery commitment. So these are the indications when one have to apply the value analysis for the certain products or the particular products. Okay. Okay, have you written this? Shall I move ahead to the next point? Then the next important point is why one product having unnecessary cost. Okay. If everything is fine, then also some of the products having the unnecessary cost. Okay, but keep in mind, no desire, no one or no one designer, one can say that, want to introduce the unwanted cost uh, in the product. Okay, so he applies all the knowledge related to the designing and the functionality of the product, and he designed the product, but there are some problems related to the production or manufacturing, uh, or some of the features in that particular product or the components which does not meet the requirement. Okay, according to the production, according to the machining. Okay, and according to the material, and that will increase the cost of the product. Okay, so let us say if you assume that the material cost is 100 rupees for any of the product at the initial stage, but the suddenly market situation gets changed and it will becomes a 120 rupees to produce the raw material cost. So that will be the 20% increment in that particular product cost. Okay, in that particular product cost, at the design stage you have decided this thing about the material, then but the suddenly it is increased according to a market scenario. Then if you say that at the design stage you consider that electricity prices are 10 rupees per unit, but suddenly the tariff just whatever the norms of Maharashtra Electricity Board, so that norms are changed and it will become so 12 rupees for per unit. So that will also impact on the price of the product. Let us say the tool cost. Okay, so whatever the tools are used for the machining purpose, and the tool cost suddenly reduced or increased, that will impact on the product cost. Okay, then the norms related for the minimum wages. Okay, if consider that in India, the norms that if the workers which are working in the private sector should have to pay 8,000 rupees per month. Okay, this is the norm in India if you consider that, and suddenly the union budget is announced, and in that it is declared that the minimum wages becomes 10,000 rupees for the skilled workers which is working in the India. So it will impact on the production cost. Okay, or the cost value, okay, and it will directly implemented for that particular product. So there are un we can say that uncountable factors which will add up or which will increase the unnecessary cost of the product. Okay, so in any product, or we can say that if one carefully analyze, approximately 20 to 30% of the product cost is unnecessary. Okay, if you analyze the all the functionalities and the cost associated with that functionality of the product, you'll come to know that there will be a 20 to 30% the unnecessary costs are there. Okay, uh, and these costs are arises due to some of the problems. Okay, so first problem is lack of relevant information. Okay, so if the designer or the 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 product producer of that particular product don't know how to perform the task. Okay, let us say designer don't know what is the requirement of a product, and he implement involve or that particular person over design the product or the component of that particular product, so that will be considered as a lack of relevant information. So that designer don't know the overall information related to that particular product, so it will be under design or it will be over design. Okay, and that will add up the cost, extra cost or unnecessary cost of the product. And also if you take the scenario of a manufacturing department, so which procedure or which operation required to produce that component. Okay, so if the mismatching operations are used, so a single operation can add up the extra cost or unnecessary cost. So lack of knowledge related to the production is also increase the cost of the product. Okay, then wrong belief or honest. Okay, so if you are saying that some of the workers are believing on its manager that whatever he told, uh, that that things are following, they are following, just following blindly, they are following without asking any question. Okay, because boss is always right. Okay, this is the sentiment in the industries, and there are so many employees in the industry who are just blindly following and blindly believing on the methodologies and the procedure whatever represented by their managers and the higher authorities. But this is the wrong concept or wrong perception. The results are coming out of this particular perception or that particular belief are very different one than the actual one in case of a valuation, because the managers or the higher authorities, they don't know what is happening at the shop floor and what are the problems related to the manufacturing or the production problems. So they are not considering this problem, and they are creating the functionality of the product, and that will hamper on the cost of the or the valuation of the product. Okay, so honest and wrong belief, these results accepting opinions, beliefs and theories without justification and verification. Then temporary circumstances. Okay, so machine failure, machine breakdown. Okay, the faulty raw material or the defects in the products. Okay, and or we can say that there are if there is any problem, then uh, temporary, for the temporary purpose another processes are used to produce that particular product. Okay, so that things will add up the extra cost. Okay, so sometimes what happen, if you say that some products are required the heat treatments and some products does not require the heat treatment. Okay, and uh, before before a machining process you should not perform the heat treatment on the product. But that concept, if any worker doesn't know, then in that case the consequences will happen that before machining, if that worker perform the heat treatment and then it will transfer to the machining, then it will be the more tool wear for that particular product. Okay. And the more time required to perform the machining, so the required or effective production time will be lost, and the product produced quantities having certain problems. Okay, certain stresses. Okay, so that are the consequences. So happen, or we can say that that will be the temporary circumstances arises due to the lack of knowledge or lack of information or lack of directions, also we can say that. Then habits and attitudes. Okay, so every person is different from another one, and every person having different habits and attitudes. Okay, so negligence attitude is never accepted, and if you not given that much attention to the design phase or in a production phase or operational phase, so at that time the cost will get add up. Okay, the cost will get add up in that particular product. Okay, and this will be the cost for the final product also. Okay, then lack of ideas. Okay, so everything comes out of mind only. Okay, so if you have the creative mind, then you always find the another option or another alternative which will replace the existing process and which will create the revenue for the industry. Okay, so the ideas comes out of a mind. We can say that the creative person should be required at the designing stage also, and at the implementation stage also. So creativeness, lack of creativeness is also hamper on the cost of a product. Okay, so because the designing is a creative part. Okay, designing is a creative part. if if you are designing anything, let us consider that you are designing any thief, so in that case also you required some creativeness. Okay, so if you take the example of a Chinese product, okay, how creative they are. Okay, so they are putting their creativeness in that particular product, and the product become attractive with a lesser cost, and so that the Indian products are not competing with the Chinese product. So that is the lacuna in our India. So the more creativeness, more attractive features will be included in the product. Okay, so lack of ideas. So this is also a reason for the unnecessary cost. Please note down the points. Okay, write down reasons for unnecessary cost. Important question. Okay, reasons for unnecessary cost. Reasons for unnecessary cost. In that, write down first point. No designer, no designer or operations manager, no designer or operations manager builds cost. No designer or operations manager builds cost knowingly into the product, oblique process, into the product oblique process, though though somehow though somehow cost do creeps though somehow cost do creeps in without one's knowledge, though somehow costs do creeps in without one's knowledge. Full stop. Next point. In any product, in any product, in any product, if one carefully analyzes in any product, in any product, if one carefully analyzes, if one carefully analyzes approximately 20 to 30%, approximately 20 to 30% of the product cost, of the product cost is unnecessary, is unnecessary. In any product, if one carefully analyzes, approximately 20 to 30% of the product cost is unnecessary. Full stop. The reasons are first one, lack of relevant information, lack of relevant information, lack of relevant information leads to wrong decision, leads to wrong decisions, leads to wrong decisions, which increase, which increase cost, which increase cost, which increase cost. Full stop. Second one, honest and wrong beliefs, honest and wrong beliefs. In that, write down these results, these results, these results accepting opinions, these results accepting opinions, comma, beliefs, beliefs and theories, and theories, and theories without justification, without justification and verification, without justification and verification. Full stop. Next one, temporary circumstances, temporary circumstances, temporary circumstances. Full stop. Next one, habit and attitude, habit and attitude, habit and attitude. Next one, lack of ideas, lack of ideas, lack of ideas. Okay, these are the reasons for unnecessary cost. These are the reasons for unnecessary cost. Getting everyone? Is there any question, any doubt? Okay, shall I move ahead to the next point? Okay, so what are the different steps of a value analysis? Okay, so this is the step-by-step procedure, and it is having a systematic approach. We can say that which will follow the planned approach or disciplined procedure to analyze the job. Okay, to analyze the job. Okay, once again, I'm declaring that value is applicable for the existing product. Okay, value analysis is applicable for the existing products. Okay, existing means what? The production is going on and the sale of that particular product is going on in the market. Okay, that is nothing but the existing product, and this value analysis is applicable for the existing product. And we have discussed when to apply the value analysis for a certain products. Okay, and we have discussed that if the sale is declined, then in that case one have to apply the value analysis, or we have discussed also that If a competitor selling that particular product with a lesser price, having the similar kind of a features, in that case we require to apply the value analysis. Then next one, we have discussed that in case of redesigning of the product, in that case also we need to apply the value analysis. Then if you are not fulfilling the commitment of customers, so in that case also we need to apply the value analysis. Now what procedure we need to follow at the time of application of a value analysis? That three stages I have put up over here. That is nothing but blast. First stage is blast. In a blast stage, we have to select the certain products in which we need to apply the value analysis. First one is the selection of product. In this stage, there are three components. That is selection of a product. Then second one is the collecting relevant information, and the third one is define the function. Okay, first stage is nothing but the product on which we are going to apply the value analysis. That product we need to select. Okay, then that product related all the informations are collected. Okay, related to the quality, related to the manufacturing, related to the sale of that particular product, the requirement of the customers, complaints of a customers, all information will be gathered. That is nothing but collect relevant information of that particular product. Now the third step of blast stage is define the functions. Okay, the functional requirement of that particular product is defined. Okay, and the cost valuation of each function is also defined. Okay, that is nothing but blast. Blast is the first stage of a value analysis. Okay, the second one is the create. Okay, second one is the create. So under this create stage, we have to follow create a different alternatives. Okay, create different alternatives to reduce the cost and to increase the valuation. Okay, to reduce the cost and increase the valuation. Just few minutes before, I have given few examples that some of the industries or car manufacturing industries replacing the stainless steel by aluminum material, then stainless steel by fiber material in automobile sector. Then I've given the example of a CD100 SS motorcycle, and now there is a Splendor motorcycle. So there is a lot of difference happen in that particular products according to the time. So that is nothing but what they have, the designers or this person which is performing the value analysis, that particular person find out the alternatives to reduce the cost of a production. Okay, then finding out the different manufacturing processes. Okay, alternative processes, special machinings. Okay, so in some cases, if there is production on a lathe machine, and if you want to increase the production, then you have to move ahead for the CNC machine. You have to move ahead for the VMC machine. If you are working on a VMC machine and more time is investing to change the job location, if you are using the fixtures, and in that fixtures locations are there according to the process, and if one step is completed, then the job is rotated on the fixture. Okay, location is changed for particular job. 8-9 jobs are located on one fixture, and the manufacturing is going on. Then after completion of one stage, then jobs are rotated, and in this manner the time is saved. Okay, then in that case, if you want to increase the production, so you can go ahead for the 4th axis VMC machine. Okay, 4th axis VMC machine. So in that case, 6th axis VMC machine also. So in that case, your man to machine interaction will get reduced, and the angular drilling also can happen in that particular 4th axis VMC machine or 6th axis VMC machine. So you need to find out the alternatives to increase the productivity and to reduce the price of the product or the production cost. Okay, so creativity. Okay, finding out different kinds of a material, alternative manufacturing process. That is nothing but what? Create a different alternative. Then critically examine the alternative. Okay, critically examine the alternative. So by using this particular alternative, what will happen and how much cost required to spend, and what are the different kinds of a problem and the solutions for that particular problem. So that is nothing but what? Critically examining any of the alternative and comparing all these alternative and finding out the best alternative for the current scenario. That is nothing but what? Critically examine alternative and finding out the best one. Then the last step of value analysis is nothing but a refine. Refine means what? If you have just done the critical examination and finding out the best alternative for the current situation replacement, and uh, uh, you get answer for the replacement. Okay, that is nothing but what? You get the answer for replacement. Now you have to develop that alternative. Development means what? Whether you are going to produce that alternative in your company, or you want to buy that alternative from the another vendors. Okay, then if you want to buy that alternative, then what will be the quality of that particular alternative? What are the quality norms? If you are producing in your company, then also what will be the quality of that particular uh, product? Then what will be the design? How, what will be the shape, size, uh, what kind of a material you need to use? So that is all the criteria. Okay, which types of machines you need to use, which types of quality tools you need to use, which procedure you have to apply to produce that things. So that all the part is nothing but what? Development part. That all the part is nothing but what? Development part. And uh, 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 once you selected the alternative, best alternative, you have to develop that particular alternative in-house, or you have to uh, you have to bought out that particular part from your vendor. So in that case also, you have to check up the qualities, you have to visit the vendors, check out the facilities available, whether it is the facilities are match up with the requirement, whether the quality is match up with the requirement. All these concepts are comes under the development stage. Okay, that is nothing but development of a best alternative. And once the alternative development developed, then implement that particular alternative for that particular product. Okay, that is nothing but what? Refinement. Okay, so these are the steps in value analysis. These are the steps in value analysis. Just note down. First step is blast. First step is blast. So whatever the diagram I have drawn, if you draw that also, no problem. It will be easy to understand. Blast. So under blast, what we are going to do? Selection of product. Selection of a product. Selection of a product. Then second one, collect relevant information. First one is selection of a product. Second one, collect relevant information. 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 And third one is define the function. Define the function. Third one, define the function. Define the function. Second one step is create. 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 So under this create step, what activities need to carry out? First one, create different alternatives. 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 Second one, critically examine alternatives. Critically examine alternatives. Critically examine alternatives. Critically examine alternatives. Okay, so this two steps we need to carry out under the create stage, create stage. Then the third one is refine. Third one is refine. Third one is refine. In that, write down, under this particular refine step, we need to carry out activities like develop the best alternative, develop the best alternative, develop the best alternative, and second one is implementation of alternative, implementation of alternative, implementation of alternative. And you can give the name for this particular diagram as steps in value analysis, steps in value analysis, steps in value analysis. So which are three stages: blast, create, and refine. Under blast, we have to carry out the activities like selection of a product, collect relevant information, define the function. Under create step, we need to carry out the activities like create different alternatives, critically examine the alternatives. And the last step is refine, and under this particular step, we need to carry out the activities like develop the best alternative and implementation of alternative, implementation of alternative. Okay, so we'll stop here. Just put up your roll numbers in the chat box and you can leave. If you have any question, you can ask.